Okay, good morning. Check 1, 2. Hello. Is there anybody there? Hi. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hello, Stelly. I don't think I've seen you for a while, have I? Good to see you. There we go. He's here. All right. Yes, so. Last week of environment, which was just spending like the bulk on templates because it's like fun, isn't it? Hold on. And we do get to nerd out on stuff. So, basically, what I've got is there's this company called MonoMono, and they specialize in Max for Live plugins. And they seem to be like a really good developer. They don't have like absolutely tons and tons of stuff, but the stuff that they've got seems really good. Why do you have a crown? Because you're a top contributor. Stelly, that's why you have a crown. You're also the boss. So it's just a thing that I must have unlocked, where people who contribute and talk a lot in the chat get acknowledged with crowns. So that's interesting, isn't it? Big boss man, yeah. So it should be a quieter one, this one, because we're not on the vertical stream. So it'd be interesting to see how many people turn up to this. And whether they have the attention span for it. That's the thing, isn't it? So anybody there who's just come on, do subscribe, do like, and do say hello in the chat. And there's Jenna. Look, hey, hi, Jenna. Well, the attention span for is that an actual figure? Do you think? Enzo, 4 seconds. God, if it is, I'm worried. I am. Seriously. Because they're just thriving off that kind of distractions, like, terrible, isn't it? And I have commented this before, just about listening to music and how distracted people are, which is why I have the whole direct listening exercises, because of that. Because, people forget how to listen to music, basically. All right, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at what we've got here. So I've got a nice clean, so off the track we were building as a template. We can have this. What do you think of this view? As the track we're building as a template, I've kind of just deleted the track off, and now we have this, right? So we can quickly make some drums. So I'm not using EXO, and I've got my drums the way that I like to kind of program my drums back in the day of dance music, which I think is a like super efficient way of doing things. If you haven't got something like EXO, this is like how to do it, really. In my opinion. I mean, drum racks, they have their advantages and disadvantages, but doing it this way, you can you can quickly get something together. As you can see, it's quite rapid, isn't it? That's at the 16th. Hi Galactic, how you doing? I need to... I'll tell you what, love. Maybe that. Set my main grid to a bar. So as you can see, I'm just putting drums on a separate channel. We'll get a few drums on there. Other thing is, a lot of the time, you can obviously use this view, clip view, but I quite like to, I think there's a lot of advantages actually of just getting into the arrange view, because we can start like structuring a lot of things within themselves straight away. And what's this? Oh, hold on. Schoolboy error. Really get all of these on loop. There we go. To be fair, I'm not sure why. Right, we'll come back to that. We'll get something with a bit of an X factor to it. Well, that's quite good. Right, I like that. Because I got a template, everything's almost mixed in itself, isn't it? All right, so we've got some sort of EQs and stuff already sort of set up, but what we can do is we're going to have a look at these plugins. So that's the first thing. Now, I think the approach, what I would do, is slightly different. So I think what we'll take out. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, so Stelly, I've been doing evening streams, but like doing the gimbal camera, and just doing stuff, and it's like this is the only time I have to do this particular one, because I'm fully, like most evenings, it's really like whether I can do it or not, because I'm like really like booked, I'm like working late, and it's like whether I've got the energy to do it. Like last night I didn't finish till 8:30. So I was literally on a stream. Sometimes you just can't do it, and to do something like this where it has to be a certain thing is quite demanding. So it's like it's a tricky one. But in terms of building the numbers, if you have a look at like last night's stream, there was 2,000 people there, which I thought was a big sort of improvement. So the channel's growing. Oh, that's cool. Yes, I'm doing separate clips, so it's just easy, isn't it, to like just quickly arrange things. Hi Hippie, how you doing? That's what I find anyway. Okay. All right, let's have a look at a kick drum. All right. I think what I'll do is we'll tweak this a bit. So I'm going to take away the things I've boosted, right, and we'll keep the cuts in, and I'll leave that like that. So this is going to be an exercise in cutting. We'll just have a listen. So you can see what I'm cutting away, but those having these handles in beforehand are really handy, aren't they? Because they're just there. It's like no time at all. And you have got yourself a kick. Right, okay, so let's have a look at these plugins, and we'll see what you got. So here's the MonoMono devices over here. And the first thing that I think is quite interesting is we have some EQs. So we have two. So the first EQ is this. So this is the 73, and I'm assuming this is Neve, right? Right, we'll get some stuff going. So let's whack the bass up. Right, so I've dialed in 60. Giving it a bit of boost there. And we'll boost a little bit of the click. And that high shelf's quite subtle, well, I don't need that. Pretty cool. Right, let's get this on the snare. So one thing is that you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, it's only 2 samples. So there is some latency, but we're only 2 samples. So that's not going to really do anything, is it? Right, I'll take the boost off here. Get some presence into the snare. That shelfie goose, very nice. Interesting, it's got a spread on here, so we'll see what this does on the snare. Okay, so I'll just solo it. Very good. So it's quite smooth, that low end on this. So that's pretty good. Right, drums. So the next thing I think we'll put on is we can have some compression. Not that though. Although actually we'll stick that on because that's like console saturation. But we want the compressor. Right, so I think I probably want Alright, we're gonna have 10 milliseconds. What's that release doing? Right. "20 milliseconds. I'll let need to make up some gain there, don't we? I find that this outer ring, moving this about for the time's a little bit awkward. Right, so we do have a low cut, so I think like one problem here is like the kick's coming through and it's really triggering the compressor and just sucking everything in. So we can get the low cut. Maybe have that to 150. Right, and we're going to need some EQ. So lastly, curves EQ maybe. Stick a bit of this on. That's very nice. Oh, hear how it's grabbing those like little hi-hats. just going to group these as a rack. I'm going to switch them off. It's without. With. It's really like what it's doing on the high end there. That was the EQ I had on before. That's what it is now. But we do need that middle cut. So... I think that's sounding pretty good there. Right, I'll just check the chart. No, these, you buy them from the developer, but they're really cheap. I mean, I think you get the whole lot for 40 quid. But there's some really cool stuff that I've got here. So one of them, which we'll put on the master. But this is really interesting because they have Mono 1. Check this out. How cool is that? It's an SH101. In fact, I'll tell you what I should do. I'll just duplicate my base channel. And we can compare, can't we? So I'll stick Mono 1 at the top. So I think it's got as many features as Tal. But then... It's very, like, so I was watching one of the videos where he was testing it out, and it was, like, identical to his SH101, his real one. But we'll give it a go. Just stick in the usual baseline. But the cool thing about these synths is what you see is what you get. It's all on the front here, so you can make things quite quickly, so... in theory. So we need right. So one thing you need to do, because we don't have an octave, like, so this doesn't have, it doesn't look like it has an octave button on it. So we'll have to get some. We'll have to get the MIDI transpose. MIDI pitch. Let's try that. Oh, we want to be the other way, don't we? Yep. Oh, I'm already liking it. Right, envelope. So that's full. Get some more key in. try this a bit quicker. See how snappy those envelopes are. We've also got spread, which I'm not keen because it's making me lean to one side. So they do one free plugin, which I've had out before on a stream, so we'll get that out because this could do with it. Let's have a look. So we've got Mono 1. Pre. So they do this preamp, this Neve preamp free. So that's the first thing, right? So that's that. That's what's that's my other SH1. Switch it to preamp. It's really interesting. So that's the Mono 1. That's sitting in the mix really nice in a really good way. It's not quite as exciting. I'll give it a bit more envelope. Yes. So look at this. That's really good, isn't it? All right. Hi, everybody. Right, let's have a look. Sorry, I was getting lost in this. I'll catch up on the chat now. So I'm doing separate clips. Hippie, good to see it on here. Love of the common people. Well, that's good because I'm in the ballpark. Sometimes I make a beat in XO and export the MIDI to the drum rack, and it works. Yeah. But then, when I do things like I question, like, why am I using XO or something in the other place, and then just going straight to the drum rack? Why not just go to the drum rack? Enjoying the exclusiveness of this stream. Yeah. So that, yeah, I did say that. You have to go back to work, Hippie. Never mind. I don't know how to work most of this stuff. Nice, thank you, Jenna. Hoof. If you make music accidentally by mashing various instruments together, would that be cheating? No, that wouldn't be cheating, because Right, you see, because um, there's the famous quote that I'm going to quote that isn't exact. When does music become music? This is what Philip Glass says. And music becomes music when I say it becomes music. And that is because, right, if you accidentally randomly put something together, you then become the author. You recognize that there is some sort of repetitive musical pattern in there that makes sense to you. So you are already analyzing that piece of music, so therefore you are the author. Is the point there. So I could be in the shopping mall and I might hear an escalator going and I've accidentally turned up there and it's making that noise and I can hear a rhythm there and I think, oh, that's good. I'll record it. Make a track out of it. Technically, me seeing that is I'm the author, I'm the composer. So yes, putting things randomly together, that's definitely not cheating. That is you going with your subconscious and being open to other things. So I really like that. And you don't tell people how you did it. No, you tell them that as well. You just tell them that, because at the end of the day, you don't have to be guarded about things. If you are prolific and you're just making music, tons of it anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because I know for a fact, right, that everybody's creativity and ideas go forever. There's no end to it. You just have to be able to sit down and do the work. And as I always say, the Greeks had the muse, the Greek gods, the muse. They were all women, and the Greeks understood that if you were prepared to sit down, whether you feel inspired or not, and you were prepared to do the work, then you would be rewarded with the ideas. So it's about sitting down consistently and writing music and doing things. And I can guarantee you always come up with ideas. And the best ideas are the ones where you surprise yourself. I run several coaching groups, and one of the things that we work into is basically when we're starting projects, we do this thing called a splurge, and it's making music without any judgment. So you're just literally throwing stuff together. It would feel carelessly, but it's more carefree. Putting ideas together and then deciding, what does this mean? And what you'll often find is when you're working at that pace and you're creating all these little bits of music, is you want to be surprising yourself to the point it's almost like you didn't do it, because we're trying to get, by doing that kind of approach, we're trying to get to the subconscious layer where all the good stuff is. So tell people, I love telling people about my creative process because it's ever changing, ever evolving, and I throw the doors open and I'm never guarded about it. I see absolutely no point in that. Because what I'm doing today, I'll be doing something else tomorrow. It's I'm constantly moving. That's the other thing is, so my belief in all of this is, my root in this isn't one of perfection. Like, not telling people would be this kind of perfection thing where you make something and you don't want to tell them it's amazing. I've got to guess, and I don't get that. My journey is one of mastery. I'll never achieve all the things that I want to achieve, but it's on the horizon, and I'm moving towards that, and I'm forever doing that. That's how I think. So that's a really great question, really good, and that opens up. I've scratched on the top, but it opens up a lot of issues that people have when they're writing music and being guarded about things. And, I don't want anybody stealing this. But if you're an evolving artist, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to stick with that one thing for the rest of your life, are you? You're just moving forward. Thanks, Jenna. You have arguments to keep it proprietary. All right, thank you, Jenna. Hi there, Sean. You say we're testing out some plugins here. So I'd be interested to see what you think of actually Stelly. I don't know how much experience that you have, because I know obviously you produce dance music. How much experience do you have of the SH101, and what do you think of this one that I'm using? Also, Sean, I've got a feeling you might have dabbled with an SH101 here and there. I wonder what you think of it. So it's that, and that's the tell. Let's see if I can get it as punchy. Oof, you see, that thing's alive, isn't it? Let's just gain watch some a little bit. Right, let's move on to, I'm just going to replace my other tal with another one of these mono ones, and we'll just do like a little, the usual synthwavy arpeggio sequence. And we've got some little kind of presets here that people have done. Now this is very interesting. So this comes with it. I'll just put this on the thing. So I've just dragged an arpeggio preset out, and people have actually already key mapped this to a load of stuff. So I think I need to take this off. So these are the presets. Let's have a listen. What key did I put in? Let's see. I think we could do with a change. So this is one of the presets, and I think we'll just, let's have a listen. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make something. Right, I'm not going to preset surf. We'll come back to that. So what we will do is we'll get mono 1, we'll drop it in, and I'll make something. Yeah. And we'll just put some notes in. Some sort of fast, like little arpeggio-y thing. Let's have a 6-note sequence. But we don't want the avoid note. It's got the real SH1 vibes to me. It's like, I think that's I can feel the retroness. Right, now we're going to need the octave in. We'll drop that on. How cool's that? Bit of pre on it. Echo. So I'm interested to see what it can do, maybe as a lead. I'll just duplicate, I'll just... So we need some sort of sustaining type sound. That's really cool. It's very glassy sounding, isn't it? Maybe go with that. So that's the cool thing of just having like these EQs there, is like I don't like the top end on this, so I can just take it off. Cool. Right, so that's all sounding good. Maybe we'll try the spread on it. Works quite nice there, you know. It's not, for some reason on that sound, it's not making me wanting to twist my head. So, moving on from here and getting the chart. You have to hear some more, yeah. It's weird because you just get that kind of like the Tal one sounds like it, like an SH-101, but you don't get the kind of the retro vibe of it in your heart. Whereas like this you do, and the soft tube one you do. But the only problem with the soft tube one, and probably there'll be with this one, is they're very true to the SH-101, so you get like a lot of limitations, which is why I ended up going back to the Tal. But right, let's just try and fatten this up a little bit. Let's find a background for this. So I think on this I'm going to go in on the EQ on it and pull out what I want. Something like that. Definite vibe to it. We can vibe this up very much. I think what we'll do is we'll pull out some stuff from the previous template. Let me have a look. Everything not in use. Music. I'll just save here though, because I fear a crash about to happen. This is probably like the most vibey thing. Let's hope it's working. Oh, it is, yes. I think we're vaguely in E minor. Okay. That's what it's going to do. Simple, effective. Where's the legato? Happy with that. Okay, so we've got some more plugins to show. We're going to go to the mix bus. Now, these really... Oh, by the way, that's my Pomodoro timer. So I've set it away for 25 minutes. So the... Right. So here's another very cheap sort of $10. This is like really good clipper. So if we get... Alright, where are we? And why the rest of that? Right, there we go. And mix bus. To make sure everyone's going into everything. Yeah, so this is the clipper, so we can hear what we're taking away and get a louder mix. So just shaving about 2 dB off there, but would make a massive difference when you're going into a limiter or mastering chain. You're less likely to get artifacts off your limiter. Anyway, we've got these now. Now, I really thought these are like really cool. So we've got a tape. And we can change the tape type and I don't know what that's, and then the model of the tape machine. So they've modeled a couple of different tapes. So that's the A80 C37. The 8200 is quite nice. This and there. Well, that's quite good on the low end. About with And then they've got an opto compressor as well. So I don't know what can we stick that on? We'll stick it on the snare, see what it does. It's yeah, I mean, it's not killing the transient. I'll set it really high and we'll blend in. Okay. I think I'll take that hiss off. Where's that coming from? Yeah. I don't particularly like that melody, but I'm just going to leave it in for now. It resembles something of a chorus. So it's cool you can just remove kicks and things like that on the arrange. So yeah, let's get back to the chat because I'm getting lost in this. All right, Mick, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying the show. I'm up here now. That's more synthwavy though, isn't it? Gotta have my Juno in there. I wonder why that's yeah, we can develop the yeah, it's got like a European indie vibe. But it needs pitch drift on this. More. We're going up to 50%. And I need... sorry about the singing. And I need some... I need a bit of glide. Where is it? I can't remember where it is. See ya. That's it. Too much. Because it's got to sound a little bit drunk, hasn't it? And then if we get an EQ out, let's get that Neve EQ out because it needs a bit more bite to it. Not curves. Let's get Consolati. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Well, oh, we've got to show that one as well. 70. 73. So I'm boosting it 12. Right. Right, that's not bad. Get myself confused here. Right, that one's that one. We have a little lo-fi melody there. What I need is gate. Right, let's see if this will. Can't remember how this works. Man. Mono. "30-second notes." And then finally, there's the Finally, we've got that summing mixer as well to have a look at, so I'll grab that. And then I think that's all of them. This little fella here. Sort of tighten it up a bit. Stick it on my drums. I know, something like that. All right. Let's have a think. Let's have a chat, see what we think of the plugins. Where is the chat? All right, I need a coffee now. So, what do you guys think of those plugins? What do you think? I really like them. I mean, what I could do is we could do a quick comparison against Slate Neve EQ. Although that slightly has a few more features. What do you think of the synths? I'll just pop back here. I think everybody's gone to sleep. I've tired everybody out. What? No guitars? The brilliant thing, though, is like about working like this when you've got these plugins, is they're just there. You don't have to open anything up. And of course, I can easily create a bit of interest here if I get MIDI LFO. If we get some LFO into this, if it'll let me. before the instrument. There's a better one than that, isn't there? That's what we need. Doing it there. Okay, cool. Should we map that? I wonder if it'll map straight onto it. Yes, map straight on. That's cool. Oh, that was my Pomodoro timer. I can relax for 5 minutes now. I need to find some vocals or something here. Come on. Pick anything. Oh, God. Stop. No need to work. Oh, good. No. Ooh, can you hear? Can you hear me? Ooh. I'm about to ruin this track. Oh yeah. So that vocal wants a section to itself, doesn't it? In my opinion. So this is kind of like one of those tracks where you probably want to stick that after the main hook. Like this. See how that works. What I'm missing is my high string. Where's that? I know what we can do. Be random, won't it? Sorry, talking to myself, guys. Alright, I just need something on those pads. Maybe something like that. Just for tension. Let's see. That's pretty bad, isn't it? That'll do. Not enough attack on that sound. Just as I thought. Right, and there we go. Hi, Axel, how you doing? Jump scare. Right, and there we go. There is the MonoMono plugins. What do you guys reckon of that? I think for the price, which is very cheap, they're amazing. Oh yeah, please subscribe if you're new on here. Powerful yet relaxing. Yeah. Alright, you're jamming on your acoustic guitar. Cool. It's calling out an acoustic guitar part, and I love the plugins and the way you used them. Great, but yes, proceed with and compare, which I haven't done because I've only got 3 minutes now, and I then decided to just finish a track. But you know, it's quite quick to knock something up, isn't it? So, if you wondered about, you probably noticed there's been a few times when I'm actually recording, I just do things. Like, it's almost like, I don't care, I just bang stuff in. And it all sort of comes together usually, which it does. And if you're interested in this, anybody here who's interested in joining one of my coaching groups and just want to make tracks, I mean, this isn't finished, this is just like the beginning of it. But if you're interested in just making music quickly and the best music you've ever made, which is the line, then definitely coming to my music coaching groups is the place that you want to be. So at the minute, it's $237 per month is how much it is. There's a maximum of 4 in a group, and you are with me in this group for 2 hours every week. So 2 hours every week, you'll be in a room with me on a Zoom call, and I'll be telling you, basically I'll be taking you through some various music making activities, right, which will give you insight into your own productivity. And then what we'll do is I'll take you through an exercise, and then you'll be you'll come up with what you're working on for the week. Then we'll come back, and then I will coach you on what went well, what didn't go well, how it can improve things, and then we run some more games, and I'll take you through the process of how you can just write a ton of music, be prolific, and release the stuff in a very short space of time. But you need to be on the course for at least 3 to 4 months to do this, to complete the whole thing. Other than that, I mean, a lot of people just stay on the course forever and they're just happy going round and round and round because it's like the way that they make music. It's a real boost to their week. And it's actually cheaper than just a regular guitar lesson, isn't it? And you get 2 hours with a coach in a room. So I think it's a deal. And as I say, it's only 4 people in the group. So feel free to email me. Email is in the description. I'll put the email in here as well if you are interested. But yes, if you want to get out there, you want to release lots of music, then this is the way to do it. So rather than sitting there on your own, you've got a coach who is basically doing the walk with you. So coaching is, I'm just interested in facilitating the skills that you've already got and allowing you to express yourself through that. And I just do the walk with you. So you'll have somebody doing the walk with you as you go from no tracks to lots of tracks to releasing tracks. So the Patreon, there's also, if you want to support the channel, there's the Patreon, there's also the members, which I need to link the Patreon to the members, but there's the Patreon as well. If you want to support the channel and you like what's on here, like the jams and like this sort of thing, then it's like just $4 a month. Or if you want to join and become a member, so in the members is all of the sort of live stuff that I'm doing either on my phone or on that little camera there. That's what's in the members at the minute, so you get access to those little performances, workshop-y type things as well. Other than that, everything's free, you know. But I've had a blast. It's been a while since I've done, like, I feel that since I've done kind of just sitting and writing a track live, so I've really enjoyed this. So that is it. And I have to go. I have to go see the missus in hospital. My exciting life. I think she comes out today. That's cool, isn't it? All right, everybody. What does tier 2 cover? All right, tier 2 cover in the. I need to get this. So basically, if you want a one-to-one coaching session, then you can have one every month if you go on tier 2 and you pay. So if you want to book me for like a 1 hour coaching session, one-to-one, not a guitar lesson coaching session, and you want to talk through sort of issues you're having around your creativity, then basically one-to-one is $75 for the hour. Okay. So that's what that is. And you can get that through the Patreon, or you can just basically get in contact and just, send me an email. And that's it. All right, everybody. I'll see you probably tonight, actually, because I'm going to probably want to come in and do some jamming, I think. So I'm intending, if I'm not too knackered after work, because I've got a lot. Basically, I've got 10 sessions to get through today, potentially 11. So if I'm actually in one piece by the end of it, then I'll probably go and play a bit guitar. And we'll see what happens. All right, Galactic. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.